Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. We are from group A4AS 120316 and we would like to present our video presentation is about osmoregulation in saltwater and freshwater fish. For this presentation, we will cover several main points or content. This project was prepared by 5 group members. Firstly, my name is Nur Aliana Zura binti Shahril. My group members are Nur Alfisha Ashdina binti Nur Azmil, Siti Nur Shazliana binti Muhammad Yusuf, Muhammad Afiq Safiuddin bin Nur Azmi, and lastly, Amalia Kistina binti Abdullah. Now, I would like to begin with the first part of our presentation.
Introduction. Osmoregulation is the process that helps fish maintain the right balance of water and salts in their bodies. Because the freshwater and the saltwater environments are very different, fish living in them face opposite problems. Freshwater fish live in a water that is less salty than their bodies, so water constantly into their cells. To avoid swelling, they excrete large amount of dilute urine and salt salts through their gills. Saltwater fish live in highly salty water, which causes their bodies to lose water. To prevent dehydration, they drink seawater and remove excess salts using special cells in their gills, while producing very little concentrated urine. These different strategies allow both freshwater and saltwater fish to survive and stay in balance in their environment.
The beautiful saltwater and freshwater. There are 2 fish that are alive from the saltwater life. One fish called barracuda, and for the freshwater, there are tilapia fish that swim happily.
Hey, what are you doing in my salty ocean? Right there, I just wanted to see what the sea looks like. I'm from the river. The river? That place with no reef and boring waters. Hey, it's not boring. It's calm and nice. No big fish chasing you every second. Huh? That what makes it fun here. I swim fast. I chase fish. I feel alive. I like a slow life. I eat plants, swim with my friends, and chill all day. Plants? I eat meat, small fish, squid, fast food, you know. Sounds scary. Don't you ever get tired? Never. I love the speed. I was born to zoom. I was born to relax. The river is peaceful. Even human feed it sometimes. Really? You get free food? Yup. Bread, pellets, sometimes even the veggies. Wow, that's different. I always hunt for my food. Looks like we live in 2 different worlds. Yeah, but it's cool to meet someone new like you. Same here. You are fast and strong. I calm and smart. And I might swim back here, but not too far. You ocean fish look hungry. Don't worry, I don't eat friends. Bye, river fish. Bye. Sea fish stay fast.
What is osmoregulation? Osmoregulation in saltwater and freshwater fish is the way these fish control their internal balance of water and salts, so they can survive in their different environments. Freshwater fish live in water with very low salt level, so water tends to enter their bodies. To prevent swelling, they get rid of the extra water by producing a large amount of dilute urine and actively take in salts through their gills. Saltwater fish live in a highly salty environment, so they lose water from their bodies. To avoid dehydration, they drink seawater and remove the excess salt through their gills and kidneys. In simple terms, freshwater fish work to remove extra water and keep salt, while saltwater fish work to conserve water and get rid of extra salt. Now that we have covered the mechanics of osmoregulation, let's look at the specific species that live on either side of the salinity scale. We will start with freshwater fish. These fish live in a hypotonic environment. This means the water around them is dilute compared to their bodies. Because of this, water is constantly rushing into their cells, and they are at risk of losing essential body salt. For example, tilapia and carp, common in aquaculture globally. Goldfish, a classic example of a stenohaline fish that can only tolerate low salt. Next is catfish, known for their efficiency in this freshwater system. On the flip side, we have saltwater fish. Their world is hypertonic, meaning the ocean is much saltier than their internal fluid. This environment constantly sucks water out of their bodies, putting them at a permanent risk of dehydration. To survive, these fish have to drink seawater and actively pump excess salt out through their gills. The example first is tuna and mackerel. Next, cod, and lastly, clownfish. Famous for their reef habitats, they are masters of salt accretion. While these fish look very different, their survival depends on their ability to maintain a constant internal state, homeostasis, despite the extreme difference in the water they swim in.
Challenges in different environment for saltwater fish barracuda. So the first one is rising sea temperature. As ocean temperature rises due to climate change, barracudas experience stress that affects their metabolism and behavior. They may migrate to cooler waters, which can reduce their presence in traditional habitats. Warmer water can also interfere with their reproductive cycles, resulting in fewer offspring. And the number 2 is ocean acidification. Climate change causes ocean acidification, impacting the prey of barracudas like a small fish and crustaceans. This to reduce food availability, to disrupt the food chain, and to make a survival more challenging for barracudas. And the last one is the disrupted reproductive cycles. Barracudas depend on temperature cues for reproduction. Climate changes can disrupt these cues, resulting in spawning issues that harm population growth. Challenges in different environment for freshwater, which is fish tilapia. So the first one, we have overhydration. Freshwater fish such as tilapia are at the risk of overhydration due to the higher salt concentration in their bodies compared to their environment. This will causes water to enter their bodies through osmosis, leading to potential disruption in their internal balance. And number 2, we have impact on growth, survival and reproduction. Due to the poor nutrition from low quality of infusion feed, as well as stress from disease and environmental changes, tilapia will be grown at a slower pace. This extends the production cycle and delays the harvesting. Also, it will be given stressful conditions such as fluctuating water temperatures, poor water quality, overcrowding, and untreated disease make the fish more vulnerable, leading to higher death rates in ponds and tanks. Number 3 is increased mortality. In tilapia farming, fish are sensitive to their environment, especially water temperature fluctuations, poor water quality, and overcrowding. These stresses weaken the fish immune system, slow metabolism, and increase the disease susceptibility. Overcrowding leads to oxygen and food competition with blowout and disease spread.
What is osmoregulation mechanism? Osmoregulation mechanism refers to the active process whereby fish regulate the passage of water and its dissolved salts across the body surface, particularly through gills, kidneys, and skin to maintain a stable internal environment despite changes in the salt concentration of their ambient water. It includes mechanisms that optimize ion uptake or loss, regulate urine concentration, and utilize specialized cells to either excrete excess salts in the case of a saltwater fish such as barracuda, or absorb the much needed salts in the case of freshwater fishes like tilapia. What happens if fish in the wrong water, like freshwater fish in salt water? First is an excess water intake, like overhydration. Freshwater has a far lower concentration of salt, so water flows into the body of the fish through osmosis, leading to overhydration. Second is a failure to regulate osmosis. Saltwater fish do not have the mechanism of retaining salt and eliminating large amounts of water, so homeostasis is imposed to maintain. Third is kidney overload. Because saltwater fish are not adapted to create large quantities of dilute urine, their kidneys become overwhelmed by the excess water. Fourth is the death of osmotic shock. The salt imbalance and uncontrolled water influx result in the failure of organs, leading to death when the fish is kept in freshwater. Sixth is dilution of body salts. The freshwater dilutes the fish's internal salt level, creating an imbalance that affects nerve and muscle function. 7. Cell swelling. As water enters the cells, they swell and may burst, disrupting normal cellular functions. Now, what happens if saltwater fish in freshwater? First is water loss dehydration. Since saltwater was a higher salt concentration, water moves out of the fish's body, leading to rapid dehydration. Second is failure to adapt. Freshwater fish are not physiologically adapted to drink seawater or excrete large amounts of salt, so they cannot cope with these new conditions. Third is organ stress and imbalance. The imbalance of water and salts places stress on organs like the kidneys and gills, affecting normal physiological processes. Fourth is death from osmotic shock. With continued exposure, severe dehydration and salt toxicity lead to organ failure and death. Since it is salt overload, the fish sticks in salt from the water around them but cannot excrete it effectively, which results in their body accumulating it. Last but not least is cell shrinkage. As water leaves the cell, they shrink, which disrupts normal cell function.
Now, we go to the adapt table. This table compares how barracuda and tilapia adapt to different water salinity through osmoregulation. Barracuda live in saltwater, where the surrounding water has a higher salt concentration than their body fluids. Because of this, water tends to leave their bodies by osmosis. To overcome dehydration, barracuda drink seawater continuously. However, drinking seawater introduces excess salt into their bodies. So, specialized chloride cells in the gills actively excrete sodium and chloride ions. Their kidneys also help by producing a small amount of concentrated urine to conserve water. In contrast, tilapia live in freshwater, where the surrounding water has a lower salt concentration than their body fluids. As a result, water constantly enters their bodies by osmosis. To prevent overhydration, tilapia do not drink water and instead eliminate excess water by producing large volumes of dilute urine. At the same time, chloride cells in their gills actively absorb essential ions from the surrounding water to replace those lost. Overall, both fish species demonstrate specialized structural and physiological adaptations that allow them to maintain internal water and ion balance. These adaptations are essential for survival in their respective aquatic environment and highlight how organisms evolve to suit different habitats.
Environmental impact. Why sudden environment changes are dangerous for fish? Firstly, oxygen levels change too quickly. Fish breathe dissolve oxygen in water. If temperature or pollution suddenly changes, oxygen level can drop, making it harder for fish to breathe. Secondly, temperature shock. Fish cannot adjust quickly to rapid temperature changes. A sudden rise or drop can stress them, slow their body function, or even kill them. Thirdly, pH imbalance. Water that suddenly becomes more acidic or alkaline affect fish skin, gills, and internal organs. Fourth, toxic substance appear. If chemicals enter water, fish absorb it through their gills and skin before they could even adapt, leading to poisoning. Fifth, habitat disruption. Quick changes like flood, drought, or erosion destroy their hiding places, breeding grounds, and food sources. Lastly, stress and disease. Sudden changes weaken the fish immune system, making it easier for disease to spread. In conclusion, osmoregulation is essential for fish survival in both freshwater and saltwater environments. As an example, species such as tilapia and barracuda use different mechanisms to maintain water and salt balance. Incorrect or sudden changes in salinity level can disrupt this process, causing stress or death. Therefore, it is important to maintain stable environmental conditions to support fish health and adaptation.